Black Myth Wukong is an action-adventure game that draws inspiration from the classic Chinese tale Journey to the West. It features stunning visuals, fluid combat mechanics, and a richly detailed world that brings the legendary story and its characters to life. Players take on the role of the Monkey King, Sun Wukong, as he navigates a mythological landscape filled with formidable enemies, intricate puzzles, and epic boss battles. Black Myth Wukong is filled with powerful bosses, each presenting unique challenges that test players' skills and strategies. Now let's dive into the most powerful bosses in this game. Number 5. Black Wind King. Black Wind King may appear early in the game, but his combination of wind and fire magic makes him a tough adversary. Wielding a spear with lightning-fast precision, he pairs his physical attacks with elemental blasts. The wind attacks knock players off balance, while fire deals continuous damage, keeping you on your toes. His quick movement forces players to focus on agility, timing their dodges to avoid his deadly spear strikes and anticipating his magic attacks. While not the toughest of the bosses, Black Wind King introduces players to a unique blend of melee and elemental combat that prepares them for more complex battles ahead. Number 4. Whiteclad Noble. The Whiteclad Noble is an early game boss with a two-phase structure that surprises many players. In his first form, he's a skilled melee combatant, but his transformation into a gigantic snake makes him much deadlier. His snake form increases his speed and unpredictability, forcing players to quickly adjust their strategy. The boss uses wide-reaching strikes and venomous attacks, requiring players to carefully manage their resources and position. Despite being an early boss, Whiteclad Noble sets the tone for the difficulty and complexity of later bosses in the game. Number 3. Yellowbrow. Yellowbrow is one of the most dangerous bosses players will face, primarily because of his expertise in dark magic. His attacks revolve around constant spellcasting, bombarding the player with magical projectiles and large-scale area of effect spells. Players must have a strong grasp of evasion techniques to avoid his relentless assaults, and the fight tests their endurance and patience. Yellowbrow's fight requires careful observation of his attack patterns, as even a single mistake can be deadly. His immense magical power and relentless pressure make him one of the toughest foes in Black Myth Wukong. Number 2. The Great Sage's Broken Shell. As the final boss, the Great Sage's Broken Shell is the monstrous, corrupted version of Sun Wukong himself. This fight is a massive test of endurance and skill. His wide array of devastating attacks, from powerful melee strikes to enormous spells, will punish players who aren't fully prepared. The Broken Shell is not just a physical challenge, but also a psychological one, as players face a grotesque version of the character they have been controlling. The battle demands full mastery of the game's combat system and complete utilization of the abilities acquired throughout the game. Number 1. Erlang the Sacred Divinity. Erlang the Sacred Divinity is the most powerful and skill-demanding boss in Black Myth Wukong. As a warrior god, Erlang wields a divine spear and possesses extraordinary speed and strength. His celestial hound assists him in battle, adding an extra layer of difficulty as players must contend with both enemies simultaneously. Erlang's attacks are rapid and punishing, forcing players to make perfect dodges and counters. His divine powers, combined with his mastery of close combat, make him a near-perfect warrior and the ultimate challenge in the game. Defeating Erlang requires strategic thinking, sharp reflexes, and an understanding of every tool and ability the player has unlocked. These bosses represent the pinnacle of challenge in Black Myth Wukong, each requiring unique strategies and pushing players to their limits. What did you think about these bosses that challenge you throughout the game? Each one pushes you to refine your skills and adapt your strategies. Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know which boss you found the toughest. And don't forget to subscribe.